Oh man, I hate Mondays.
Nah, man, it's Tuesday.
Wait. What day is it?
You know what day it is? Tuesday. Brewsday Tuesday.
Oh, fuck yeah! It's time for Brewsday Tuesday, brought to you by the Cellar and Six Pack Store. Here's DreZ and Big Nate.
Brewsday, a Tuesday, a dreary, rainy Tuesday.
Kind of cool with it. Or any colder, it'd be snow, and no, thank you.
Nope, not happening. It is brought to you by the Cellar Restaurant and Six Pack Store in downtown Blacksburg, which is where, I think all of these came from. This is going to be our last show of the year. So we're going big. As discussed in the promos, you might have heard us teasing. We're doing big old stouts. And, well, also because yesterday was Christmas. And we did, hopefully, everybody gathered well. I have Allagash's Gather Well, which is a bourbon barrel aged stout. It says right here on the side, rich, dark balance. This full-bodied and, dare we say, decadent stout is aged in bourbon barrels for notes of cocoa, vanilla, and oak. Pairs well with any gathering. So I think, and if I'm not mistaken, I want to say I've tried a different year of this in Huck's 12 Beers of Christmas. I think this might be loosely considered like a Christmas beer. I think it comes out this time of year. It says it's bottled on 8/24/23. So this is this year's edition. I think it is sort of their kind of a Christmas. I guess you could maybe call this a Christmas beer, but the rest of them, I don't think fall into that category.
Anything's a Christmas beer if you're festive enough.
Right?
I've got the Sierra Nevada limited edition Narwhal Imperial Stout, the 2022 edition. This is pretty special. 10.2% ABV. Inspired by the mysterious creature that dwells in the deepest Arctic seas, Narwhal Imperial Stout is midnight black and bold with notes of baker's cocoa and dark roasted coffee. This massive Imperial Stout is incredibly complex and explores the darkest depths of malt flavor. Plus, it's got a sweet ass narwhal on the label.
You gotta love a narwhal. It's just amazing because it just seems like such a mythical made up. It's like you'd imagine it's right up there with a unicorn, but it is actually
It's
a
actually
creature.
real.
It is, and it's amazing that it's not extinct given what all we're doing to the
Wild to me.
world these
Well,
days.
apparently they're like massive dicks, and like, I mean, I think they fall in the same category as like sea mammals, so like your dolphins, your porpoises, your whales, and they're all kind of dicks. Like, I don't know if you know this about killer whales, but they will sit there and play with their food and like find a bunch of seals like on an ice platform and just launch them up into the air like it's
Yeah.
the blob at a summer camp.
Mm-hmm.
But I've heard the same thing about narwhals, and of course they've got that gnarly horn.
Yeah. Well, it's hard for me to think of it that way because we didn't watch Elf just recently, and there's the narwhal. It's like they
Bye,
play the
buddy.
scary
Hope you find
music.
your dad.
Find your dad. So actually, kind of a funny story with that. I like Elf. That's one of my top probably Christmas movies. It's got to be up there. And we were planning to watch it. I guess it was Christmas Eve. We were like, all right, yeah, we got time. We'll finally. Kurt and BB, she's never seen it. So I go down to the basement where all my DVDs are boxed up into like Rubbermaid bins, and I go 3 bins down to the between clerks and whatever. I can't even remember what I think it's, I don't know, doesn't matter. The C's, and I think there's some D's in that bin. And oh no, I need to get to these. Whatever. And I have to move some DVDs, and then I go and I'm looking and it's not there. Just like
Oh,
same
no.
same thing that happened with Bad Santa. But then I check the app that I have all my movies on my phone, and I just don't have Elf.
Oh no.
So then it's like, all right, well, let's check all the streaming services. It's on like Paramount Plus or Amazon Premium, all this crap we don't have. And I'm like, damn it. And you can watch it for free. I found it, on demand where there's going to be a crap ton of commercials split
Yeah.
in. And we did that with Bad Santa and it ruined the movie. So I'm like, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. I hop on Facebook, and sure enough, there was somebody in Christiansburg that was selling Elf The Corpse Bride, Definitely Maybe, and The Ugly Truth, all on Blu-ray for $5.
There you go. That's a good find.
So we managed to plan a meetup for on Christmas Eve, and I got it, and we got to watch it on Christmas Eve that evening. So
Did
it worked out.
did Kirsty enjoy that one? That's one of my favorites too. And I
She
love
liked
Jon
it better. She
Favreau.
liked better than Bad Santa. I didn't realize that he directed it
Yeah.
until I started watching the bonus feed, or it said on the thing, and then I was watching some bonus features.
If it has his name, I'll almost always like.
It's always good.
I love Jon Favreau, but just know in the future I do have most of those streaming services you listed and could have given you the login, but you still need to own Elf. So
Yeah, I needed Elf, and
I get
it
that.
was fun watching the bonus features because
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for bonus features, and there were some good ones on.
Well, they've
there, so-
started adding that on the streaming services as well. If like particularly Disney and Paramount do it, if you go to the movie, there'll be another tab that says extras, and they'll still have like the behind the scenes and
Oh
stuff.
boy, don't
So,
tell that to the wifey, because that's my excuse of why I still have all my. I have to keep all my DVDs.
I hope she's not listening.
Yeah, if you can find it on the streaming services, you still don't have the bonus features. But so you have a good Christmas?
I did.
What went down in the old Sparky household?
Not honestly, it was a pretty laid back day, which was extremely nice. We kids got up at about 8:39, went downstairs, started doing our gift thing, and my biggest takeaway from it, and something that will stick with me forever, is my daughter is just like me. She never sees like the immediate good in something. There's always a catch, and she like just circumvents the logic behind it. We have a basement door to our basement. The cats were in there, so they didn't interfere with Santa doing his business. And Santa had left some footprints coming in the front door to the tree and then going to where the cookies and the brownies were left. There were no footprints going out.
Ah,
I think the snow had just completely come off of his shoes or whatever. She would not go in the basement until I went down and checked to make sure that like Santa was not hanging out in the house. She was like, "This is a home invasion scenario. We've got to like batten down the hatches." And it's absolutely forever going to be one of my favorite things. Is
Oh,
her
that's
fear
funny.
that Santa's like still the calls coming from inside the house.
so is she one of those ones? Have y'all taken them to Santa, like get the photo at the mall or anything?
Nothing.
She's never met. So
She does
she's
not
just
like it.
in any stretch.
She doesn't do well with strangers. Like she very much so. Even people she's met before, but not like regularly. Like she'll take a bit to like warm up and get used to them.
Well, kids are shy. That's
I mean, she's a pure pandemic baby, but the fact that she like had like we didn't mention like obviously you'd think Santa comes and goes, and in her brain like no, there's a home invader.
that's funny.
It was funny as hell. It kills me.
And then the little one, first Christmas, all good.
He slept through most of it, and
Still just sleeping through most of life.
oh yeah,
so
I mean
far.
that's pretty much the gem for him. But we had a delicious dinner of New York strip, caprese salad,
Oh,
rolls, and baked potatoes. Top that off with Italian ice.
Mm.
Dinner was the clutch point for me because it was just us and not a lot of presents except for the kids, which is a lot of fun to watch them open them. Evie got really excited about her rain boots that Santa got her. It's like there's all these other cool gifts, but hell yeah, go for those rain boots because they light up.
dude, sometimes it's the little ones that might be the real standout, and you spend all this
Yeah.
money on whatever, and then it's just like, well, I guess that, if you hit it right, you hit it right. So, and I know that I think you already said it on a previous show. The fish tank was the big present, right?
Yeah, it took them a moment to compute that. They were very excited because it was a joint gift to all three kids. Lachlan, of course, slept through everything, so it didn't matter to him. But Harper and Evie, we had put half of each of their wrapping paper on there because instead of labeling, we just had individual wrapping
Ah,
paper.
All right, that's a good way to do
And
it.
they both opened it, and then they were like, "Oh, this is my side. This is my side." I was like, "Yeah, but what goes in there, guys?" Lachlan,
Mm.
no fish.
So
so-
when are you gonna go? You gonna go
Later on
fish
today,
shopping?
we're gonna do some
Ah,
fish shopping, and I'm very excited to stock the tank with them because every time we go to the library, we can't even get to the books because they have a fish tank right at the front, and be standing there looking at their fish tank for like a half hour.
yeah, fish tanks are sweet.
So now they
So-
can just do that in the living room.
So that's cool. So they just go pick it. Obviously, it's just gonna be, it's fresh water, right? So the saltwater stuff is cool, but it's so much work.
Well, that's the other thing is I want them to be able to be responsible for it. I'm not going to do a saltwater tank.
No,
I did
no,
one in
hell.
high school. It's an endeavor.
It's too much. It's way too much. But I'm trying to remember. It's pretty much anything you go to PetSmart or whatever, and then is it just all's good? I mean, I guess beta fishes can't be with other beta fishes or other fishes at all. I don't know. Is there anything that you have to do some research to make sure these
Yeah,
fish are
you
good?
you do. Beta can go with certain other types of fish. I don't really know because I've never really been into beta, but
You're just gonna ask the PetSmart people, or
oh no, I've got a whole there's an app for that, man.
oh, of course. there
And
is.
I am gonna try and point him towards tetras or gourami, something smaller. Because I mean, it's not a huge tank; it's a 10-gallon tank, so you kind of got.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Well, you'll do
that's-
like a school of fish, so you can have a bunch of them, and then ghost shrimp and snails.
definitely
I
have the
love watching the
snails.
shrimp.
Well, and the snails, don't they kind of like
They
they
clean
clean
the
the
tank.
tank? So that's key.
My wife was like, "Why don't we just get a fish that can clean the tank?" I was like, first of all, you're talking about a plecostomus, and they'll grow to be massive. And if we get one of those, that's the only fish that can be in the tank. That's gonna be real exciting to the kids.
Yeah.
He's also gonna be hungry as hell.
Yeah. All right. Well, that'll be fun picking out the fish for the youngsters.
I
That'll be
had a
good.
hard time when we were in there getting it, like not buying everything. And they've got a hell of a deal over at
Oh
the
yeah,
pet
that's the other
store.
thing. Are you gonna let them like decorate it too? Like get a little
All I got was the tank and the filter and like all the
so
non-exciting
they can pick the
stuff, so I
color of
can-
rocks
Yep.
and well, yeah, that's good. That'll be
be
fun.
a fun little adventure.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
But I did want to bring up another story
About the narwhal?
About the narwhal. So when you have a kid, apparently you have to have a theme. That's the new trendy thing to do. When Harper was born, his theme was sharks. He's always been into sharks, so it worked out. And any aquatic life, really.
Was he pre or post baby shark?
He was right in the smack dab middle of it.
So that's okay. That maybe explains it.
It was a pun on baby sparks.
Mhm.
So we thought we were being clever. But one of Cindy's aunts brought us a onesie, like a pajama sleeper to the, I guess it was before the baby shower. We just like randomly met up and she's like, here, this is to go with your narwhal theme. So and no, we didn't say anything, but thank God for Cindy's cousin who said, A, their theme is sharks. B, these are whales, not narwhals. And it came full circle yesterday. We had gotten another cool, trendy new gift to like give kids is these like mystery boxes. You open them and there's like all these like different packages inside with like different figurines and stuff.
So you don't even
It's a
know what
gimmick-
you're
Yeah,
getting.
you don't know what
just
you're getting. It's actually kind of like really cool because I mean, I'm someone who likes to be surprised.
You're
and
as
I'm
surprised as they
a
are.
sucker for that. Yeah. And we'd gotten Harper one that was a shark. And I didn't know he knew this, but he pulls it out of the wrapping paper and he says, "It's a narwhal." I was like, "No, it's a shark, buddy." And I gotta remember to call your great aunt Suzanne. He's like, "No, look at it, it's a narwhal." And damned if it didn't look exactly like a narwhal because the way they had it wrapped, all you could see was the horn coming out of the top.
Oh, okay.
So,
So
all right, it does look like a narwhal, but it's not. It's a shark.
Huh.
Trust me.
interesting. Yeah. I'm still just amazed that they exist.
It's. I would like to see
Are
one,
there
but I
any
don't like the
are there
cold.
any narwhals in captivity? Like are there any at an aquarium that we could go check out? Because I've definitely never seen one in real life. So I'm guessing probably
I
not.
would doubt it. I feel like SeaWorld would try, but I feel like
Not
the
these
water,
days. You can't get away
yeah.
with that.
I feel like
SeaWorld knows not to
the
push
water
their
they
luck.
have to live in is so cold that it would be hard to keep them in captivity. It's probably one of those like cost to risk ratio because we'll keep anything in captivity if we can.
Well, there are polar bears in captivity, right? Do they need the cold?
They'll
like that?
adapt because they're land mammals. They'll adapt a bit better. Yeah, I don't.
I don't
That's a
know.
good point. We
If
go
only
keep-
there was a
well,
way,
hey, we'll
some
take a
way
week
to
off, we'll go
find
catch some
something out.
narwhals.
Well, on that note, maybe we'll take a break and we'll do a little research and come back with some answers. But
untap
yeah,
these.
we should probably untap these first. We like to use the untapped scale. Did you look at your untapped beer in review or whatever?
Not yet.
Yeah, well, it's got a nice little rundown of like all your different styles, your check-ins, who you check in with the most. I'll have you know you're my number 2 drinking buddy behind BB, so congratulations on that. locations of where you checked in the most, how many breweries, all that sort of stuff. A lot of statistics. If you like statistics, you should check out your beer in review on the Untapped app, which is how we like to utilize checking in our beers and keeping track of all that sort of good stuff. DreZ Drinks is my handle. Big Nate Danger sitting across from me. How you feeling about that narwhal? And remember, this is like this year's narwhal. I'm sure. I'm assuming it will have a date
This is
on that.
2022's.
Oh, it's 2022's. Okay.
And I think
Age as well.
I think it ages very well. I think this is a phenomenal beer. I like narwhals. I like Imperial stouts. Knowing full well, I mean, it's really hard for me to have a bad stout. I've had them before. Sierra Nevada does what they do. There's a reason this is a limited edition. This is a 5.
Yeah, I
Spot on the money. The coffee's so subtle in it. It just so well balanced.
yeah, I'm intrigued to see if that coffee puts me off or not. Because if it's subtle, which is the right kind of vibe that I'm looking for in a stout, it's the Imperial that's going to get me. I don't know if I even mentioned, but this Gatherwell is 11%. It's bourbon barrel aged, which is key for me to enjoy a good stout. It's checking all the boxes. Allagash Gatherwell goes down well. I'd say it's probably a 5 as well. This is just a fantastic beer. Now, I got a feeling this next round, I know we're aiming for all 5s. This next round, one of them I got a feeling is probably going to be a 5. The other one might fall a hair short. We'll see. We shall.
I think I know too.
We'll see. Either way, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll drink one final beer of the year.
It will not be my last beer of 2023.
It definitely
It'll be my last
it won't
beer
be
on
my
radio.
last one. It'll be my last radio one, perhaps. So, all right, quick break, and we'll come back with more Brewsday Tuesday after this. Stick around.